Can someone tell me why every YA book geared toward girls is sexually explicit these days? I have 12 and 14-year-old daughters, but every time they get into a book, there ends up being a few chapters of smut in it. What is going on? Then we have this helpful bystander who correctly guessed what was going on before asking for clarification. And OP confirmed their hypothesis. Fourth Wing and A Court of Thorns and Roses are, in fact, adult books. They are not young adult or YA books. Romance readers swarmed to this woman's comments section, and I have to say, we were not operating in our highest identity. Stupid woman, don't you know those books are for grown-ups? I'm paraphrasing, but that's the gist of what was going on. But here's the thing. In the days of yore, when A Court of Thorns and Roses Book 1 was first released, it was marketed as YA. I was there, Gandalf. Sarah J. Maas at that time already had a lot of success in the young adult space with her first series, Throne of Glass. And her publisher kept trying to push ACOTAR to that same market. There was a lot of pushback over the YA label, and the publisher did eventually start marketing it as adult. But there is a lot of confusion that persists in some circles. Celebrity Jeopardy actually had a question a few months ago where they explicitly call ACOTAR YA. Whenever I visit a new bookstore, I actually play a game where I look to see where they have shelved ACOTAR. I do still sometimes find it shelved in the young adult section, especially in smaller, more rural bookstores. It is very easy for people who are not in the know of romance novels to be misled about this. Red Tower is the publisher of Fourth Wing, and they've been pretty upfront about targeting the adult readers of YA who want more spice. A lot of their marketing has ended up confusing people too. Their book covers and their story premises are intentionally harkening back to the 2000s, 2010s YA fantasy renaissance. Red Tower publishes adult books, but they are trying to appeal to people who read young adult books. And obviously there's a market for that, and I'm sure they try their best, but again, people get confused because of this. Non-romance readers especially have a lot of bad info or just lack of info, and so you end up with conversations like this. ACOTAR and Fourth Wing get called young adult the same way Romeo and Juliet gets called a romance. OP also mentioned Shatter Me, and I'm not sure what's up with that one. Regardless, the majority of readers are not super engaged on BookTube, Bookstagram, or BookTok. Those of us who are, myself included, often fall into sample bias. It can be very easy to assume that because all of the readers we know are aware of a fact, that all readers are aware of a fact. And that's just not the case. OP had bad information. I also don't blame her or people like her for being confused. I know we are all very protective of our books, especially books that hold emotional significance for us, especially in the face of something that kind of hints at a moral panic. But this does seem to be a genuine misunderstanding, and quite a common one. But yeah, it is possible to educate people without being a jerk about it. Don't be calling people stupid because they're confused about a very confusing topic. Glad we had this talk.